We watched Superstore.
Superstore. Never heard of it. You mean Ugly Betty lady? Her name is America.
America Ferrara.
Ferrara. That's a funny name. Why? Can we name our baby? Let's have a baby and call him America. How about Murica? Murica Fagan. Let's do that. Did you ever watch Ugly Betty?
I didn't finish it, but I watched the first couple seasons.
I watched the whole thing. I was a Vanessa Williams fan. I loved Vanessa Williams on Ugly Betty just as much as I like the Asian teacher on AP Bio. That's just my little secret. Let's hope Joy never finds out. But I don't know why I think Ugly Betty was like such a big phenomenon thing for some reason. But when it was getting close to the end, people kind of got tired of it fast. But it doesn't seem like that's about to happen at all for Superstore, unless me and you are living in a bubble and we just think it's the greatest thing and it's really not. I don't know.
They're just different type. To me, they're just different
types of shows.
Because
it seemed like when Ugly Betty was out in the first two seasons, that's all anybody was like, this is the greatest thing that ever happened to television. And I feel like if people are excited about Superstore too, but for different reasons. You think it was because that Ugly Betty touched on fashion, homosexuality, a lot of these things weren't popular back then. They were like it was.
Was Ugly Betty an hour or were they 30 minutes? I don't remember.
I think it was. I don't remember. 30 minutes probably.
Because Superstore is of course 30 minutes. So
Superstore is 30 minutes, but Ugly Betty might have been an hour.
I feel like it was an hour, which that's a lot to.
And it touched on a lot of things that people were afraid to touch on. It was more groundbreaking than it was, and it was right on the edge. A little bit after Will and Grace. Will and Grace was breaking barriers. Ugly Betty was one of those shows breaking barriers. But now that those barriers pretty much feel like they've been broken, it's not. I mean,
Ugly Betty had a lot of. There was comedy, but it had a lot of drama
in there too, and
where
murders. It's just straight up comedy, and it's probably appealing to more people just on that alone, and it's a brilliant comedy though. I think if I'm not mistaken, from the way it feels like it's the new quintessential show on NBC for like, it's because I think it's on Thursdays. It's got that Thursday, that sought after Thursday time slot. So that means that Superstore is their number one rated show. That's what it feels like. Oh man. Okay, so who's your favorite character on Superstore?
On Superstore?
Yeah. That's more than one. I know that. They all...
I do like Jonah. Well, of course...
I think I like the guy in the wheelchair more than I like Jonah.
I like him.
Because he cuts everybody down.
And I do like...
The systematic...
I like Chantal. The
Asian...
The ditzy one's ditziness.
Mm-hmm.
Because she does it so seriously,
yeah.
Like she's absolutely serious about it.
What's his name? That's undocumented. What's his name again?
Now you have to ask me. We just watched it.
No, right? But he was my least favorite. I didn't like him. I like the things that he would say and do to people, but he was my least favorite. But he's Mateo. Yeah. But he's growing on me, but he's still probably my least favorite. But it's only because I'm supposed to not like him because he's so mean to people and stuff. But I don't want him to go. I thought I didn't like it when the older lady was kicked off the show for a while. Now she brought back. I felt like people were mad about that too because they brought her right back. She was gone for a whole season, then she came back. You think they might have... Maybe there was a reason behind it. Maybe it was health things or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
But she never really went away. She was a hologram. They may have just needed to cut her screen time down for... Maybe she was really the highest paid person on the show, too, just like she was the highest paid character in the store.
I mean, I know that they had to do that a lot with things that Betty White has done in more recent years. She seems to appear sometimes in a show every episode, but they're very small amounts because she doesn't...
Betty White would be good on that show. I would love to see Betty White make an appearance on that show. Who else? Jerry Seinfeld I could see make an appearance on that show. You didn't watch Seinfeld though, didn't you? You don't know nothing about Seinfeld. It's sad. I don't know how we are in a relationship. And what's another show that we're binging?
Or we just
Well, before we
finished.
could move on to it, we just on the latest episode of Superstore that we just saw. It was about America's character couldn't
They had to cut
hours.
And everybody had a reason why they really needed their hours.
And then Mateo find out that such and such was what's his
Living
name?
in the walls.
Yeah, he was homeless.
And then blurts out that he's undocumented.
Yeah, to the wrong person. No, my favorite line of that episode was let's go. Was that the one? Was like they were doing a competition? They were scanning stuff. Or was that the episode before? And she goes, "Let's go, white
competition.
people." Yeah, white people versus. It was a coincidence that the white people versus
Like,
all the others.
Your group's like all white people. He's like, it wasn't on purpose. It just worked out that way.
No.
So then the old lady's like, let's
That's
go,
hard
white people.
That's hard to do on purpose. I mean, to do by accident. That's hard to do by accident. Because even if you flip a coin.
To which she even carries on to the end. All the white people are going out for wings.
She really had a backslide in that episode. Go white people. She was really excited. That was like the most excited she's been in a long time. That's why I like her character. But what's his name? They were having fun with those scanners.
Yeah, they were, because they discovered you could pretty much scan from any direction, any angle.
But those things are going to replace. Was that like a metaphor about how Walmart is replacing actual cashiers with machines? Is that what those scanners weren't for? That was for like price checks.
No, it was for stocking, because it keeps track of how much product is on the shelf.
Oh yeah, those scanners. Oh yeah, that's not like Walmart replacing their cashiers with self checkout thing. But I don't know. I feel like an episode of that is coming.
I'm sure. Well, there's always some random nonsense that's going on in the store that has absolutely nothing to do with anything. A goat walking around, someone sitting on the floor
The background
eating.
people are the most.
Yeah, just random nonsense that
what did the assistant manager do this time when she started promoting a competing store?
She was like,
retail.
all of our clothes are online at trendsetters.com.
Yeah, they sell the exact same stuff for half the price.
So then the people are walking up, what you said that
10%.
website was? Oh yeah, use my code, we'll get 10%
off. Yeah,
like stop telling people
you would
that.
get written up for doing something. You get fired for doing something like that in real life. But that group ain't ever gonna betray each other. What's up? We're on the network television.